and while that's getting built in the cave in the Grand Canyon, I'm thinking it's the Grand Canyon, people were gathering around because Superman's at a bar getting drunk. Lana Lang and her kid decide they want to. Well, she decides that she wants to take a trip to Metropolis to meet up to see Clark, and they end up running into Superman at the bar. And her kid, who he actually saves the kid earlier in the movie. I can't remember what, but he ends up saving him. So the kid's like, Superman, what's wrong with you? Superman, Superman. And it affects Superman. And while he's flying off, he's listening to his kid. He overhears his kid because, super hearing. And he eventually falls into a junkyard because out of frustration, because he's now, the Clark side is fighting back against Bizarro. And we get this neat little, Clark's now separated from Superman and all this and that. And they have a fight. Bizarro's trying to get rid of the Clark in him, and Clark's trying to rein him back in. Eventually, Clark chokes out Bizarro, who fades away. And then, back as regular Superman, he runs back to the penthouse, where he finds out, he basically gets an invitation by the generic trio to come to face him at the computer. Okay, so this is where it gets really diabolical, as when Superman shows up at the thing, they launch the defenses because it's a learning computer. Do you see where I'm going? Where the script was written for Brainiac? I really, this just feels like it was for Brainiac. I'm pretty sure it was the robot Brainiac that was around at this time, and because, there have been Brainiac's entire. I'll get to that though. So they have the computer brings out decides. Well, this is the most diabolical way to stop Superman from ever getting to us, and it does this to him. Okay, not really that. It launches a bunch of missiles and plays missile command. And because it's Superman, you're gonna throw missiles at him. You're gonna annoy him. And worse, you're pissing him off. There's no win. But Superman eventually gets there, and they start. Webster and his sister, who hijacked the computer before Gorman gets there because he decided to walk while they decided to balloon down to the cave entrance, and they're mocking Superman. Well, to stop him, first they put him in a bubble because they killed off Bubble Man from Mega Man and took his freaking ability, and now they can create bubbles to capture people. Yeah, Superman worked right through that. And then the computer apparently figured the correct way to make kryptonite energy. The energy, not the actual item. And it starts to weaken him. Well, by this time Gorman's there. He's watching everything going on. And he's like, hey, I can't. What's going on? We can't. I can't. You're killing him. You're killing him. And of course they're like, oh, that's the idea. So he goes down there, busts up the circuitry inside the computer to get it to stop, which it does, which pisses off the computer because now it's all wants to live. And the computer just reroutes itself, pulls energy from the outside, and now it can run the kryptonite beam without moving whatever. I'm not a computer guy. So Gorman goes on and just breaks the crypto gun. And Superman leaves. Superman assesses the area, the situation, and takes off. And of course, Webster, the computer chases out Webster, his girlfriend, and his sister. Well, not really. It captures his sister and then turns her into its cyborg slave. Anyway, so Superman comes back. He's got a vial of chemicals with him. Well, what happened was he ended up remember earlier in the movie, I said he saves a factory and about that acid that. Well, they kind of forgot about the whole. It turns into a cloud, evaporates and turns into an acidic cloud. And it turns out it just explodes. It just kind of blobs. It turns into a blob and splashes all over the place. It boils. It doesn't actually evaporate, turning into a cloud. So they kind of screw that up. Oh God. I'd complain about how they aren't being consistent with the storytelling in this thing, but then I look at today's stuff and consistency's like so he puts the thing in there, it splashes all over it, and the computer freaking ends up being destroyed because of this blah. How did it overheat?